Assassin's Creed Invictus is said to be a standalone Fall Guys-like experience being created by the veterans behind For Honor. Now, in October 2022, Ubisoft officially announced that they were bringing back multiplayer to Assassin's Creed with a standalone experience through Infinity, which is the Animus hub, under the project codename Invictus, and fans were quite intrigued by this. Assassin's Creed had memorable competitive multiplayer in entries like Brotherhood, Revelations, and Black Flag, with tense cat and mouse games of stealth and assassination that felt genuinely unique in the shooter-dominated multiplayer landscape. The announcement suggested Ubisoft understood that there was an audience hungry for tactical, stealth-focused competitive experience. After years of single-player only entries, multiplayer was finally returning, and then the leaks start coming in, and the picture they painted was very unexpected. According to insider reports and leaked details by Tom Henderson, Invictus is a 16-player competitive game inspired by Fall Guys, the chaotic party game where dozens of bean-shaped characters compete in obstacle courses and mini-games until only one remains. And this is how Invictus will reportedly work. Players compete across several rounds featuring different game modes: team deathmatch, a standard elimination with team, a free-for-all where every assassin is for themselves, and speed challenges where you race to luminous checkpoints scattered across the map. Survive a round and you advance to the next, get eliminated and you're out. Between rounds, successful players choose power-ups to create builds that will be utilized in the final showdown, presumably giving you strategic advantages for the climactic battle. If this sounds nothing like the methodical, tension-filled multiplayer of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, where you hunted a specific target while being hunted yourself, blending into crowds and timing your strikes perfectly, well, you're not alone in noticing the disconnect. So let's talk about the gameplay. It seems Ubisoft is going for chaos over tactical stealth with arcade combat that is more divorced from Assassin's Creed's DNA. This arcade combat with hits that lack real impact, essentially button mashing rather than the precise timing and positioning that define the series. There's even reportedly a bubble shield mechanic similar to Super Smash Bros, allowing players to defend themselves with a protective barrier. According to leaker Jonathan, the camera is positioned far from the character, making assassins appear smaller on screen, a choice that prioritizes visibility of the chaotic action over the intimate close quarters tension that made AC multiplayer more memorable. Now, we are going to be getting classic characters back in the game, according to leak, as Ezio Auditore and Cesar Borgia, legendary assassins from the original Assassin's Creed games, which hints at a roster of past iconic assassins from the countless Assassin's Creed games we've gotten over the last 20 years. After all, because you're making a party game, you do need a diverse cast of characters with different aesthetics and abilities to keep players engaged and buying cosmetics. Also, according to leaker Jonathan, we do have some details about the maps. The leak map list reveals Ubisoft's strategy of repurposing existing assets and iconic locations. It said that Baghdad from Mirage will appear, Japan from Assassin's Creed Shadows, a Paradise Island likely from Black Flag, and Pompeii with Rising Lava, a disaster map where the environment actively tries to kill you. These are described as portions from old games, suggesting relatively compact arenas rather than the sprawling environments, of course. The Pompeii map with Rising Lava sounds particularly Fall Guys-esque, an environmental hazard that forces players into increasingly smaller safe zones, ramping up chaos as the round progresses. We even seemingly have a timeline and support plan for the game, as according to Insider Gaming, Invictus was in pre-production as of July 2023 and is expected to release sometime in 2025 or 2026. Now, of course, we're not going to be getting it in 2025, so it's likely going to come out next year in 2026. The game is scheduled to launch around the same time as the Black Flag remake, although things have now reshuffled behind the scenes due to Ubisoft creating a new subsidiary company that is owned partly by Tencent of 25%, so some games have been delayed, so it's likely that it's going to come out later in 2026 and not necessarily with Black Flag remake. If Invictus meets internal expectations, there's already a 5-year support plan penciled in. That's a massive commitment, suggesting Ubisoft genuinely believes that this could become a sustained live service hit with seasonal content, battle passes, cosmetic shops, and all the trappings of modern multiplayer games. 5 years of support would mean continuous updates, new characters, new maps, new game modes, and presumably new monetization opportunities. It's the games as a service model applied to Assassin's Creed, which keeps players engaged indefinitely, keep them spending money on cosmetics and battle passes, and turn a single release into a perpetual revenue stream. And we've got some reception on this game already, as the community response to Invictus leaks have been, to put it mildly, confused and disappointed. As one Reddit user bluntly put it, you have a unique multiplayer format already, and this is what you come up with as a standalone game. It is a valid question. Assassin's Creed original competitive multiplayer, where you you hunted specific targets while being hunted yourself, blending into NPC crowds and timing your strikes was genuinely unique, and nothing else on the market offered that experience and tension, where the player is both predator and prey, requiring patience, observation and precision rather than twitch reflexes. That multiplayer mode has a dedicated fanbase who mourned its absence from newer entries. When Ubisoft announced multiplayer was returning, those fans assumed that the company understood what made the original special and will build on that foundation. Instead, we are getting Fall Guys with Hidden Blade. The concern isn't just that Invictus looks silly or an arcade focus, it's that it represents Ubisoft chasing trends rather than leveraging the franchise's unique strength. Fall Guys was a massive hit in 2020, so naturally game companies want to replicate that success. But does slapping Assassin's Creed branding on a party game format make sense, or is it a desperate attempt to capitalize on a trend that may have already peaked by the time Invictus launches? Business logic behind this game is that it's a low barrier to entry, it has monetization opportunities, it's got broad appeal being silly, chaotic multiplayer that attracts streamers and viewers, and even a new audience of maybe younger players that have no experience in Assassin's Creed. And maybe this is how Ubisoft wants to introduce Assassin's Creed to a new audience and expand genres, as the Assassin's Creed Hexe game is going more off the psychological horror route. So it seems that Ubisoft is trying to expand the Assassin's Creed genre beyond the RPG heavy focus open worlds. We don't know if this is going to be a premium title or a free-to-play title, but it is likely coming in 2026. But it does seem that this game does have to innovate on Fall Guys and not just copy it with the Assassin's Creed branding, as that has caused multiple failed attempts within Ubisoft already with games like X-Defiant and the cancelled Ghost Recon Frontline. What do you guys think about Assassin's Creed Invictus? Are you interested in a Fall Guys Assassin's Creed game? Let me know in the comment section below, as I continuously cover Assassin's Creed games that are currently in development. And guys, it is finally here. The Balboa Club Witch Hunt Collection Volume 1 is now available and will run from December through February, and this drop is specifically inspired by The Witcher, as I wanted to blend the styles of the wrestling world with the games we all know and love. But please go ahead and check out the Balboa Club store. It's on the channel store page, and the website is in the description and pinned comment section below.
Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement.